Ready to build your first app that actually does something useful? Today, I'm going to show you how to create a simple yet powerful to-do list app using SwiftUI and Supabase. And trust me, it's easier than you think. I remember the first time I successfully built a simple app. It felt like unlocking a new level in a game, exciting and full of possibilities. The moment of seeing your code come to life is unforgettable. And today, I want to help you experience that too. In this episode, we are diving into the essentials, setting up SwiftUI with Supabase and building out the core CRUD functionality. By the end of this video, you'll have a fully operational to-do list app that connects to a real backend. Before we jump in, make sure you have Xcode installed and a basic understanding of Swift and SwiftUI. If you are new to SwiftUI, don't worry. We'll walk through everything step by step. So let's create the project and just open your Xcode. Then I create a new project. As you can see on my screen, select the iOS here from the choosing the platform and then the app. And for naming it, I just use to-do list, Supabase, app. And yep, make sure that interface set to SwiftUI and language set to Swift. And for the testing system, we select none. And for the storage, we select none. So next, and here you have to choose your the path for the project. I just click on create because this is a good path, and Xcode create a new blank project for us. And yep, so here we go. We have our project. Then we want to create a new project in the Supabase and a new database in Supabase. So I said supabase.com. If you're wondering what is the Supabase, Supabase is an alternative for Firebase. It's an open source alternative for Firebase that builds on PostgreSQL that supports many functionalities that you need as a backend. So this is more simple. I found it more easier to understand and to code with it and interact with it instead of Firebase. So it has the database, the authentication, edge functions, storage, real-time, and vector. So if you don't have a Supabase account yet, you can sign up free. Or in my case, I have an account, so I just go to my dashboard, and here is your dashboard. So here I click on the new project and I choose my organization. Here it goes. And for the project name, I say to-do list, and you can select your region, and it doesn't matter. And I click on the create project. So here it goes. We have our project on the Supabase, and we have our project in our Xcode. So here it goes. First thing first, I want to have a table in my Supabase database. So I click on the table here in the right menu. What is going on? Let me just refresh it. So, okay, setting up a project. We can wait for that. In your Xcode project that we just built, you can go to files, and here we have and you have to click on add package dependencies. So here we have a Supabase Swift, and I go to the GitHub Repository for it. So this is the reference and the docs for the Supabase package for Swift. You can see that the documentation is very well written, and also it's very completed. So you can find the examples, you can find all the things you want here. Yep. And in our Xcode, if if you want to add a package to your project, you can just grab the GitHub Repository URL and paste it here. And yep, we have it. And here the latest version is 2.17. So I just want to make sure that we have the latest version, so 2.17. And I click add and it fetched for us. So here's the tricky thing. The first time that I build an app with Supabase, there is something wrong because we have to import the Supabase in our files that we want to use some functionality with Supabase. So here in my screen that say choose package products for Supabase Serve, you don't see any Supabase package. I searched it in a Stack Overflow topic and it said that you have to scroll it. So make sure to scroll and add the Supabase. And for this episode, we want just the Postgres, not much else. So Supabase and Postgres. And for the next episode, we want to add the auth package also. But for this episode, I want to make things simple as possible. So we just want these two. So I click add packages here. It's added. So let me just go back to our Supabase project here. We have it. So in our Supabase database here in the right menu, I click the new table, and the new table would be to-dos. And here, let me just see, yep, there's some design, yep, okay. So here we have a title for it, and the type would be text. And then we have a description here, description, and again, the type would be text. And for the next column, we have is complete, and this is a boolean, and the false is false. Yep. And also we have an updated at, and we have a timestamp. See, yep, good. And here for the ID, we want to use UUID for generating a random UUID here. So after that, the title is requireable, so it's not nullable. Description is nullable. Completed is not nullable. And the updated at also is not nullable. So we hit the save here. It's adding it. So here it goes. And in the table here, we have our table here. As you can see, we have ID, created at, title, description is completed, and updated. So here we have add RLS policy. Click on that. And here for this episode, we just want to disable it because this is a policy that does not access the user the anonymous user that don't have authentication cannot insert data into our table. So for this episode, we don't have any authentication. Because of that, we want to disable. So I want just to disable the RLS. But in the next episode, we just want we enable it and we authenticate the users. So here it goes. Let me just create a new to-do here. So I want to insert it. So title would be task 1 and it's completed false. And here we have task 1 created. So I think I am good. The update setup would be, I think I missed something here. Yep. I just for the updated app, I want to edit it. So default value would be no. So save. That's good. And here we can insert a row here. Again, task 1. And here, task 1 create. So here it goes, and I just hit the save. So here it goes. We have a new record in our table. So that's enough from the Supabase doc. Supabase project. Here it goes. So in our project on Xcode, we need to create a new group here that is for utils typo here. So here we want a new zip file that goes for Supabase. We want to initialize our Supabase client. So here in our Supabase, we import foundation and we import again Supabase here, and we have let Supabase equal to Supabase client, and here we want to use that. So for Supabase URL, here we have a project URL. I just copy it, and we go on to URL, and it is a string. So here it goes, and here we have explanation mark here. And for the Supabase key, we have to use this one, API key. I just copy it, and here I paste it. So this is good. We initialize our Supabase client here that and with this Supabase variable, our app can connect to our Supabase project. But there is here is a tricky thing that this code you can you can push it. If you push it on GitHub, your project URL, your API key got infected and everyone can see. So here the thing is we want to create a new Swift file that would be constant, and we add these variables there. So I remove the import foundation. And here we have let Supabase project URL equal to this one that we got there. We have here. So good. And we have another let Supabase API key equal to this one right here. And we are good to go. So here, instead of using the hard-coded variables, we can use Supabase. Let me just Supabase project URL, and here we have Supabase API. So as you can see, this is much cleaner. This is much safer for you. And when you want to push it on GitHub or anywhere else, you can just add the constant.zip file to get ignored that you have it's better security for your project. So here it goes. Then we have to create a model based on our table. We have to create a model in our app. So here I create a new group here in my project. So aiming at models. Then we have a Swift file that goes for to do item. To do item. Yep. That is to do item. This is good. So in our to do item, we have a new struct here, struct, as it goes to do item, and this is identifiable and codable. Codable. So we have a variable of ID, the type would be UUID, and variable title, yep, a string, variable description, it is an optional string, variable is completed, yep, and created at, let me just created at the date and updated. So if you wonder the auto-completion in my Xcode, what is it? It is built in Xcode for the Xcode beta that I use it right now. It's cool, yep. So, beside all that, this is our model to do item. You have to create the exact variable name that you have on your database. Here it goes. There is some way that you can name it the other, and then you tell the Swift which is the encoding variable. But in this tutorial, we just go simple. So this is our model. Here, after that, we want to create a new view model. So I say view models. And here we have to do view model. To do view model. So we use, for this tutorial, we use MVVM architecture as it stands for, sorry about that. The M would be MVVM. The M would be for model, for the data type. View model for our logic behind the UI, and the view for the UI. So the view model is a bridge between the model and the view, and it handle the operation for our. So here we import Swift UI, and then we import Supabase. And here we have a class to do view model observable object. That's it. So the old-fashioned way is to create a class for the view model that confirms to observable object. But I have a new approach here today that is so much simple and cleaner and so much performant than the observable object. If you feel good with observable object, you can use observable object and add publish variable. But I use import observation, and then here we have add observable here macro, and then we can go with this, get rid of this. So this is an observable object now. So we have a variable for our items. So to do items here, it's an array of to do item, and it is equal to an empty array now. So here we have a yep init. Why not? So here it goes. The first thing first, we want to fetch our data. So here I create a new function here, function fetch to do items, and this is an async function. So we have a do catch here. If you come from any other programming languages, we have try catch, but in Swift we have do catch. So we have a let items of type to do items, an array of to-do items equal to try. We want to fetch our data. So try await Supabase dot database database dot from to-dos our table from. So let me just explain it to you. We use our Supabase client here, and we want to use the database of Supabase, and the from will goes with a string variable that goes for your table name. That is, here we have to-dos, and then we have select for selecting all. If I can write some code here, for example, ID or title that select just the titles, like the PostgreSQL. And if I set an empty select, it is equal to this one, select star. So here, and we have to execute it. Then we want the value of it. So here it goes, and here we have self.todo items equal items. And for the catch, we have to print it out the error fetching to-do items, and here we want to catch the error. So here it goes, and in our init function, when the class is initialized, we want to fetch the data. So we have task here for async task inside a non-async function. You can use task, and we have the await fetch to do items. Here it goes. So we have our fetch to do items. Let's create our view, and then we focus on the next functionality of CRUD that is going to be inserting. So here in my root directory, I need a new group. Those for views, and in views we have a SwiftUI view, I think. Yep. To-do list view. Yep. Naming it to do list view here. Hit to create. So in our to-do list view, let me just get rid of the content view and just delete the content view. We don't want this. Move to trash, and here in our to-do list, Supabase app, something strange. We have a to-do list to view here. This is the entrance of our app that goes for to-do list view. So I just go in there, and in our to-do list view, okay, we have a navigation view. I just want just wait for the canvas. Okay, good. We have a navigation view. Navigation view here. And in our navigation view, we have a list. So here we want to initialize our view model. So we have a variable view model equal to list to do list. Let me just see what is going on. Yep. To do list view model. Yep. This is our view model. So in the list, we have for each that. What is going on here? Oops. Let me just. Yep. For each for view model dot to do's items, and here we have item in, and here it goes. So in our view, we have a navigation view and then a list, and the for each it iterates for each item into do items that we define in our view model. So here we have a view stack for each item. We have view stack alignment. Oops. Yep. I use the Xcode beta, so this is just normal thing. It is not a stable version. So the alignment would be leading for our view stack, and the spacing would be 8. So then in our view stack, we have another edge stack. Just let me add it, preview, and we pass the to do view model to it. I think we are good. Yep, we're good to go. So in our edge stack, we have a text that goes for item.title. Then the font would be .headline, and the foreground style would be .primary. I think. Okay. So we have a spacer. Then we want to define with if there is. Let me just make it so simpler than that. So to do item. If I create a new one, so new ID, and the string would be task 2 is completed would be false, created at would be date, and updated at would be date. And here, let me just add a description here. Task 2 create. So in our, let me just see, in our to-do list view, yep, you have to see it. Yep, here we have task 2. So we want to, in our HS stack, we want to know what is the status of the task right now. So if it's completed or not. So here, if item that is completed, then we have a text that goes for completed, and the font will be .caption, and the foreground style will be .green, and yeah, I'm padding of 6, and the background would be color.green, and we have opacity here, opacity 0.2, and we have a corner radius of 4. So this is for completed, and this is the same for the not completed, but the font and the background from foreground and background would be red. So it would be text heading dot font, again same caption. The foreground style would be dot red. The padding again would be 6, and the background would be color dot red dot opacity 0.2 again, and also we have a corner radius of 4. So wait for the canvas. Yep, we have pending here, and if I change this to true here, this is just a simple data that I insert to our array. I want to delete it. So here we have completed. Good. The styling is good. Let me just go back to the false. So after our HS tag here, over here, yep. Here we have if let description equal to item.description. So if the description is available, and description, and also the description is empty, not is empty. So we have a text for it. This goes with the description. So we check if this description is available to us and set it to this variable description. And if the description is not empty, we want to use it as VStack here, our parent VStack. So here the font would be .sub headline, and the foreground style would be .second. Good. And here it goes. In our VStack, we want to add some padding. So we have a padding, and we want to add a vertical padding of 8. Good. And this is for the next. And here in our list, we have .navigation title to do list. Yep, we have it. And for the toolbar, this is good. So here we want to create, we fetch it. Let me just write that we can ensure that this is working. Where it goes. Installing to-do list Supabase app. We just want to, we have to wait. Just close on this app. This is just installing. Launching it. Attaching it. So there is a problem, I think, with the Xcode that does not run on the first try. We have to install it again. Let me just reinstall it. Here we have the status of the app waiting to attach. It, I think, is running or not. Yep. Okay, we have something going wrong here. We have a bug here. So a string value, let me just see it. A string value, coding, okay. It's completed. Okay. As you can see, we have an error here. So in our to-do item, this is completed. So in our database, we have is complete. So is complete with the underline. So here we just make sure that this is good. And I think we are good to go. And here we have two error, I think, that's going on. Yep. Is and again here we have is complete. And we are good to go. Yep, good. Built successfully. We encounter a bug, we fix it, and we just run our app again. Yep, we have it. Nope, we don't have it. Let me just see what is going on again. Again, key that the coded add. Again, we have another value, another another typo. Created at, it is the A, and I believe that is minuscule A. So here we just rerun it. Failed, and here again we will have to fix it, and I think we are good to go for the testing. Yep. Yep, task one created. So because why we don't see the task two? Because whenever we fetch the to-do items here, we don't push the items into the to-do items array. We equal the items to do items. So as you can see, if this is an empty array, and let me just and rerun it again. Here we have it. So this is good. And we want to create the insert insert to the database inserting function. So in our to-do list, or let me just first create the function in our to-do view model. then we can use it in another one. So here, after the fetch to the items, we want to insert the items. So func add. Let me just stop this function. Yep. Add to do items. To do items here, and it's receive and a title. This is going to be string and description. This is an optional string. So, and again, this is an async function. Async function. So here we create a new item of type to do item. So to do item, and for the ID we use UUID, and for the title we use title. Is completed. Let me just. Yep, it's completed false. False, and this is a date, and updated add this date also, and let me just add the description, and this is going to be a description. Good. We create a new item of type to do item, and here again we have do catch block here. So here in catch we print out our error adding to do item for the use app. So here in our do we have an empty variable here. So try rate Supabase database again, and again from our table name would be to do's. We want to insert the new item, just going like that, and we want to execute it, and then we want to again await fetch to do items. So you can insert data easily like that into your database on the Supabase. So here we insert our new item that we are created as the type of to do item. Insert it, we execute it, and after that we fetch the to do items because we add a new data and we want to our app be on a real time. This is a simple thing. We can use some more complex logic here using the Supabase real time or using data presence here, but we want to just make this tutorial simple. So we fetch our data when a new item inserted. So here it goes, and we need three things here right now. We have new variable of new item title. This type of a string, an empty string, and again variable of new item description, and this is a string also. And I want to create a sheet for that, for creating creating a new item. So here I use var is creating new item sheet present, yep, and it is equal to false. So here it goes. And here we want to toggle it to we want a helper function This is a good practice for clean code because if you change the state of a variable from your view, this is not good and this is not clean. But here we have a new function, toggle is creating new items should present it, and yep, we want to toggle it with this function. So when a record in our database is inserted, we want to dismiss the shit. So we use the toggle create is creating new item should present, and good as good. So go to our view here, and I just make it here. Let me just see our files, and I wait for the canvas. So in our view, here, yep, here I want a toolbar button here. So we have toolbar and we use button. So for this button, we have action that goes for a view model that is creating should present, and nope, we want to just toggle it. Yep, toggle. And after that, we want to use the image, and system name would be plus. And here we have a button style that border permanent. Use that border prominent. Yep, and we have a clip shape. That's good as good. Good, we have it. So here we want to create a new sheet here. So here we have the add view builder, private variable of create to do add view, and this is some view. Here it goes. Here's the thing that you can create a new struct here like that without any. Let me just create a new struct here. So create, this is some view. Yep. You can use it like that. Don't pay attention to the errors. But here's the thing. If you create a new struct, when we want to create a new struct like this for a view, this is for reusable views for for a component that we want to reuse in our app. But for our sheet, we don't want to use it in our app. We just want to use it in this view. So we created it, and here we have a navigation view. Again, navigation view. Yep, we don't want the content. And in that we have a view stack. So view stack and the alignment would be that leading spacing of 10, and we don't want the content here. So we have a text to insert the title. So this is a label thing. Title. The font would be. Oh my god, what's happening? Font would be dot headline, and the foreground style would be dot secondary. Yep. Or we can, what is going on? Text, title. Oh, I just missed. Okay, then we have a text field to entering the variables. So here we have the enter title, and the text would be view model. Here's the thing: view model dot new item title. Here Xcode give me an error, cannot convert value of type string to accepted argument type binding string. So if as you can say, I can use $sign view model, and then again, it cannot find $sign view model in scope. So when you use the macro observable here, if you have binding variables and you want to bind the variables from the your view model into your view, you have to use this macro bindable. So macro bindable. With that, and we have $sign here view model. We are good to go. So here for the text field, we have a padding. We have a background. And for the background, we use color and that system, secondary system background. And we have a corner radius of 10. So good. And we have another one. I just copy and paste because these are the same. We have VS stack alignment leading, spacing 10. And for the text, we have a description here. The fonts would be headline, foreground style secondary, enter description here. And here we bind a new item description. And we have padding, we have a background, we have corner radius. And just for the design thing, we have a padding for the description and for the VS tag. And this is a bottom padding. Yep. Again, after that, we have a spacer. And we have our button here. That we have action. So for our action, we want to use task. As I mentioned earlier, you can use task and then you can do asynchronous functions if your parent function does not support the asynchronous. So here we want to use our function that we built in our view model. So we want to use view model, yep, dot add to the items. For the title, we use again view model dot new item title, and again view model dot new item description. Good here. And after that, I think, yep, we have a text for our button. We have a text, save to do, and the font would be that headline. Yep. The padding would be 8. Padding would be 8. So here for our button, we have a button style dot border prominent. Yep. The click shape would be password capsule. Password. Click shape would be dot capsule. Capsule. That's right. And the frame to be aligned in the center. We have a frame and max width would be dot infinity. And again, we have a spacer. Spacer. So here we have a padding. Then we have a navigation title that goes for create new to do. Let me just to do. Yep. And navigation bar title display mode would be dot inline. And we have dot navigation bar items. Yep. That's leading. This is a leading. So button, we have button for canceling it. So we have to cancel. Then we want to use view model. Dot toggle creating new items present sheet. So I think we are good. We want to just add the sheet to our main view. So we have the sheet here. Sheet and is presented would be $view model dot is creating new item sheet presented, and the content would be let me just get rid of the content here, and here we have a variable that create to do item view. Yep, good. We have the sheet here. So just wait for the simulator. Let me just clear this up for better using my RAM here, and close the emulator here, right, like that. We wait for the canvas. Just wait. Yep, we have it. So if I click on this button here, we have the title, intertitle. And I think I missed something in our sheet because I don't see anything like that. Deviation stack. Okay. I just want, we have to wrap this to a new UV stack here. Again, alignment would be dot link. We have a spacing here of 20. And we don't want the content here. And we just wrap it up. No. Let me just see what's going on. Yeah, okay. Yep. I just missed it. So I think we are good right now. Okay. Okay, we are good to go. And yep, we have it. So as you can see, it goes, the sheet, it fill the screen. I don't want that. This is not nice, I think. So I just want to add a modifier to our create to do item view that is present distant. Presentation distance. Sorry about the mispronunciation. So here we have some kind of options. So we can large. This is the large one. We can select medium. We can use custom. You can use fraction, that is accept a fraction that is CG float. Between 0 to 1, you can use it and set it. You can use height. Again, it gets a CG float. I want to just use medium here. So let me just create a new one here. Yep. Task 2 created. Okay, let the save the button. Yep, we have it. Let me just check our database here. Our table, we have it right there. So good. And now we want to create the function for updating and deleting it. So for updating, we just want to update the isComplete field in our table. And for the delete, we just we delete all the information in a record. So head to the to-do view item, to-do view model, and for updating it. So for updating it, mark as completed. We have a function that mark as completed. Okay. We accept a ID of type UUID. UUID. And this is the async function. Okay, we have a do catch block here. So for the catch, we want to print out the error here. That goes for error, marking to do item as completed. And here we have our error. So again, we have an empty variable try await Supabase database. Again, from to-dos. Here we want to just update. So we update here, as you can saw the auto completion. It accepts an array, and here in array you have to specify the field that you want to update and the value you want to be updated. So the field would be is complete, and the value would be true. Okay, and you can add more elements to this array if you want. But here for this tutorial, for this concept, we just want to use the is completed. So here, where is eq equal, and the ID, the string ID, the ID column would be equal to ID, and execute it. So here we from the to-dos table in our Supabase, we updated is complete record, where the ID of it equals to this ID that we accept. And again, we await fetch to-do items. And let me just create the delete function also. Delete to-do item. Again, we accept a UUID, and again we have a do catch block, and we print an error here, error, deleting to-do item, and here goes the error. So again, for the delete one, again we have an empty anonymous variable. So SwiftUI Supabase, again database, from, and to-dos, we delete it, delete all, and again when the ID of it equal to ID, and this is the executable, and we want to wait fetch to-do items also. So here it goes. We have the CRUD functionality. We just want to implement it into our view, and then we are good to go. So as you have been seeing around in the apps, there are many apps that use the swipe actions, that when you swap an item to the left or to the right, it shows you some buttons that you can choose the action here. We want to create this style for our each item. So here it goes. Let me just see. Yep. Here for the parent, after the for each, the parent view, the parent view stack, we want to create a new, we want to attach a new modifier that's swipe actions. So in the swipe actions, we use the edge dot trailing. We want the right side of it, and then we have a button here for it. Button, and we have a task here for it again, and wait. View model dot. Let me just see what is going on here. Swipe actions, trailing. Yep, good. Mark as completed, and the ID will be item.id. So here we have this item, and we pass the ID of it to our mark as completed function. And then here for our button, we have a label that goes for label and complete, and system range would be check mark dot and we have a tint for it that goes for green. So let me just test it. For task 1, we swipe it, and this is completed, and also this is completed. So good. And the last button here will be button, and we set a role of dot destructive, and the task for it would be await view model dot delete to do items, and we want to use item.id here for the label. And the label, yep, label, yep, great. And the title key would be delete, and this would be trash. Good, and we are good to go. This is our tutorial. So here, let me just delete the second one. Yep, we are good to go. And good. Let me just create the app, build the app here. Look at that, you've just built a fully functional to-do list app with basic CRUD operations, all powered by Supabase. Great job! In the next episode, we'll take into a step further by adding user authentications, so each user can have their own personalized to-do list. Stay tuned. And if you enjoyed the tutorial and find it helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about apps you are working on or any question you might have. And don't forget to share this video with your friends who might be interested in building their own apps. Thanks for coding along with me today. Keep practicing, keep experimenting, and I'll see you in the next episode. We'll make our app even more powerful.